Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MT Predictor software program. In today's video I'd like to show you how the more experienced MT Predictor users can uncover advanced trade setups when there aren't any automatic setups unfold. Friday, which was September the 5th, was a great example of this. So for this I'll look at the ES on a 3-minute chart. You can see that there were no automatic setups coming in on our 3-minute chart. But what do? Well, rather than just using the 3-minute chart, we go out to a higher time frame chart. In this case it would be in the 15-minute chart, and we place our DP support and resistance zones on. Interesting enough, this prior high here was found by our DP from our prior pivot. You can see that caught that absolutely beautifully. So what do we do with this? Well, we look to prior pivots. So as the market was declining down here, we'd have looked first of all into this prior pivot. We right mouse click, do decision point. Now remember, these are leading indicators, they're on the chart in advance. So this would have been a potential support area, and this actually caught the low of the day on Thursday. However, Friday, the market actually declined a little bit through this. So therefore this level would be no longer relevant because the market went lower than that. So what do? We go back to any prior pivots, and there's an obvious one here. You can see I'm circling this one here, which is on the 2nd. And again, we hover over the pivot, right mouse click, place decision point on the chart. If I drag that across, can you see how that caught the very low of the day yesterday before the market rallied strongly? But remember, this would have been on the chart in advance, so it's a leading indicator. It gets you ready for potential support or resistance zones. So let's now go back to the 3-minute chart. As you can see, that caught the low nicely. However, there weren't any automatic setups coming in at this low here. So let's go down to a slightly shorter time frame chart. I only ever suggest going down to the 1 or 2 minute charts when you have a very clear picture of the large degree trend, which we did as the market entered this large degree support zone on Friday. So let's go down to a 2-minute chart. Scroll over. Now initially you can see that we came in and found support earlier in the day here, and this is what we were looking at in our training webinar on Friday. The market rallied up, it came down, and actually there was an automatic buy set up here. Remember, we had support, therefore we'd be looking for long trades because we're anticipating the market to rally. So in our training webinar we suggested this might be a good trade to take. However, the market had other ideas and would have taken you in and then stopped you out for a -1 hour loss. You can see here the position sizing was taken care of, keeping our risk small under control. Losing trades are perfectly okay, and they do happen. Any professional trader will know that losing trades do happen. They're not best avoided, they're best kept small, and this is what we've done here. So this would have been a -1 hour or 1 risk unit. If we clear all, the market carried on going down. Then look what happened at this particular point in time here at about 10:45. We got an automatic DP buy set up, but the reason we would have considered this is because it unfolded at our 15-minute support zone. And also, if we wanted to, we could have placed a DP off this prior pivot here, and that would have held the low there as well. So you'd had support on 2 different time zones, but I'll just take that off. So let's place the analysis on this DP here. We right mouse click over the blue buy bar, click on analysis, and that again gives us our position size, gives us our target, and gives us our profit at that particular target. But before I look at the profit, I want you to just understand why this would have been a good trade to take, because you can see that our STF color is red. So the large degree trend using our STF would have been down, but of course the STF, like any other indicator, is lagging. This is why we go to the higher time frame for the more experienced users to have leading support zones on. So can you all see how this automatic DP buy setup on the shorter time frame chart, in this case the 2-minute, was unfolding at larger degree support? Remember, that would have been on your chart in advance, so you'd have been preparing for potential buy setups as the market re-entered this zone. The market then rallied nicely. Even if you'd come out at your first target here, notice how the profit was much larger than the previous loss. This is the key to successful trading, and why we use position sizing as a fundamental part of MT Predictor. So even you'd have had 1 losing trade and 1 profitable trade here, the profit was plus 4.8 R, or 4.8 times greater than the initial risk or the previous losing trade. So overall you would have made some very good money. When the market hit this first target, which it did at this level here, you come down, look at the STF. The STF is what we call is strong, so it's gone beyond our strength band. That means that the market is likely to trend. Therefore, we use our ATR stop, which is our blue dots, to trail the market. So the market would have come up to this level here, and you'd have been stopped out there for actually a slightly larger profit, which would be plus 6.7 R, or just shy of 7 R. So a very, very good trade indeed. And as you can see, that actually gave you a buy setup at the very low of the day. I often hear amateur traders saying that you can never buy or sell the high or low of the day. The only reason they can't is because they haven't got the tools. In MT Predictor we have the tools to be able to do this, particularly when you come in at larger degree support and resistance zones, and you then get a setup at our shorter time frame chart. And you can see here a very, very nice trade off the low of the day up into at least the first target there for plus 4.7, 4.8 R, but trading with the ATR stop slightly more at plus 6.7 R. So a very, very good trade there off the very low of the day, or the bar of the low of the day on Friday. But the whole reason to do this video today was to show you how, when you're more experienced with MT Predictor, how we place our large degree support and resistance zones, in this case support, on our chart in advance, and then they're ready to anticipate trades in and around those support zones. And as you can see, Friday was a great example of this, giving us a very, very nice trade indeed. So hopefully this has been a good example of how the more experienced MT Predictor users can take MT Predictor to a much higher level and uncover some great trades with the software.